this is Frode and welcome back to Actualize Notes TV. Today we have another great book, Time Warrior by Steve Chandler. Time Warrior, subtitle, How to Defeat Procrastination, People-Pleasing, Self-Doubt, Overcommitment, Broken Promises, and Chaos. Oops. Steve Chandler is one of my favorite coach slash teachers. Why? Because it's got this really great conversational way of speaking. It's literally like sitting down and having a conversation with a great guy who wants the best for you. So if you're into time management and making the most productive use of your time to serve most profoundly, I think you'll love the book. And I also think you'll start loving Steve from reading his books. With that, let's just get started with the first big idea, which is now or not now. This is really the through line of the whole book. Steve says that it starts out the book by explaining non-linear time management. And this basically includes that whatever it is that you have to do, you're going to do it now, not now, and if it's not now, then you will have to schedule it until later in your calendar. You don't just say later and then leave it off in your mind, because that will distract you from what you're doing right now. It will just lurk there in the back of your mind and make you worry as you're doing what you're doing right now, and it will destroy your focus. So it says that you need to do it now, not now, and if not now, schedule it until later. What is this for you right now? Also, it has a really great quote in the book. I think it's, the mind must stay empty, like clear and empty of all future considerations. Because that's when you can get into flow and have the creative juices flowing. Our next big idea is tiny bartenders. Steve talks about how the information is so seductive nowadays. And you can be sitting silently in solitude, creating some great and powerful stuff. And then little dings and beeps start blowing up around you, just like little tiny bartenders asking, "Can I pour you another?" And I found that image really beautiful, or you can also say depressing, thinking about how there are so many people getting way too distracted from leaving their cell phones on and having television on, watching the news as they are working. So, but enough from that. And Steve also posts a way to increase your productivity 3 times over. He says that time management studies and management studies has shown us that 1 hour of uninterrupted time is as effective as 3 hours of time where you're constantly interrupted by notifications, text messages, emails, and things like that. So consider how you're doing on this. Are you like the person who sits and have these dings and beeps going on around him, with the little bartenders asking, "Can I pour you another?" Our third big idea is split the atom. You know what happens when you split an atom? You get atomic bombs. Boom. The same thing happens when you identify your next action. When you have been procrastinating on something you know you need to get done, and you can't get yourself to do it. Then you split the atom. You identify your next action. Not the next 10, 20, 100, 200 actions 10 years forward. Only the next action. He has a great question. What can I do in the next 3 minutes? And if 3 minutes is too much, you can split that in half and make it 1.5 minutes. The key is doing it. Just identifying your next action and starting it. So what is this for you in your creative project? The one I know you're thinking about right now. What's your next action? And when will you go do it? Remember, we need to schedule what we're not going to do now. So it's okay if you don't do it now, but then you'll have to schedule it. Fourth big idea is structure. Steve says that it's really a paradox, but imposing the most possible structure you can on yourself will increase your creative output. And that's because you won't have the feeling question, which he calls it, pop up in your mind. which says, when you're about to do work, it says, how do I feel like? Do I feel like doing this? Another more powerful question to ask during your work days is, what do I want to produce? And what structure will guarantee that I produce that? That's really powerful. And of course, if you feel resistance, you keep splitting the atom, identifying your next action, and just buckling down and doing it. Our fifth and last big idea is robots. Chandler says that the Time Warrior finishes what she starts. She identifies what she wants to get done, and then she just pulls through until it's done. And he gives a great way to imagine this. Imagine that you're just a robot when you wake up, or Superman, or somebody who doesn't have feelings, and you just go around doing everything you need to get done that day without thinking about whether you feel like it. You just get it done, mark it off, get it done, mark it off, next action, mark it off, and in the end, you'll be amazed at how much more energy you'll have than if you just say, I don't really feel like it, so I'll do the easier thing, instead of what I had decided to do yesterday when I felt really well. So, imagine yourself as a robot, and imagine and look at how much energy you'll have. That was robots. Impose structure upon yourself to increase your productivity. Don't fall prey to the feeling question. Ask yourself, what do I want to produce, and what structure will guarantee that? Split the atom, identify your next action, boom, magic happens. Tiny bartenders, don't say yes to the guy who asks you if he can pour you another. Don't even let him in. Don't even go to the bar, I mean. Leave distractions away. Now or not now. If not now, then you'll schedule it in your calendar, so you know when you get to do it, instead of letting it fester in the back of your mind. Alright, had really fun with this one. Notice it gets funnier and funnier the more I teach these videos. Now, what is the one idea that most resonated with you? The one that really got you inspired, that made you want to take some immediate actions, split some atoms. Identify that one, and think about the one step you can take towards embodying that idea a little bit more in your life right now. Right, thanks for watching. Look forward to share more wisdom with you soon. Have another awesome day. See ya.